Hey guys, it's Christina here from The Main Objective, and I'm super thrilled to product chit chat with you guys today about Alikay Naturals. Yes, the Alikay Naturals. I am personally excited about this brand, and it excites me in a different kind of way, you know, apart from your typical product junkie excitement, right? The reason why Alikay Naturals excites me is because it's truly a source of inspiration for anyone who's in the content creation space. A brand like Alikay Naturals is definitely an inspiration, and it's an inspiration because it was created by a YouTuber. I don't know if you guys know, but Rochelle Graham, aka Black Onyx 77, started off on YouTube sharing, you know, tips, tutorials, and homemade mixtures for certain, you know, issues for her particular hair, and grew that into a beauty empire with products that are now sold around the world. And it's really a source of motivation for those of us who are looking to be more than just bloggers, or who are more than just bloggers trying to transition into the next phase. And you know, it's a testimony to not only God's grace and provision, but also to, you know, when you have a determination and a vision for yourself, what you can truly accomplish. This is, guys, this is a 5-day-old wash and go. Count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I use the Dulce Hydrating Curl Lotion as my leave-in conditioner. The Botanicals Hair and Scalp Balm, I used it to seal. It's like an OG hair grease kind of sitch. And then I styled with creme brulee curling custard. So in this particular video, guys, I've literally got 7 products to talk about. 7. As with some of my more recent reviews, you'll be able to get all the nitty-gritty details on the blog post that corresponds to this video, which I will link down below, or you can always just go to mainobjective.com. These guys, what's really exciting, what's really cool about all these products is that these are products that I've literally never tried. We're gonna start off by talking about this, the Avocado Cream Moisture Repairing Mask. This is one of their deep conditioners that they offer, and as you can see, it is green. This stuff is bright green. Very creamy, very thick. You can see that it's very thick mask. But it's smooth, so it goes onto the hair, goes on and into the hair very easily. It smells, honestly guys, smells like a green apple annihilator. Smells like a green apple annihilator. I don't know if you remember annihilators, but the green one smells like this. Kind of looks like it too, similar in color. Anyway, childhood memories. I grew up in the hood, around the corner from the LA riots. So, the Avocado Cream Moisture Repair Mask, it says that it's supposed to nourish the strands from root to tip and make the hair more elastic to prevent breakage and promote length retention and healthier hair. So what this does, guys, is that I really thought it was going to be just like a moisture treatment, but when I use it, and you see I've used it quite a bit. I've used it this thing like 3 times maybe. What I noticed with each use is that my hair wasn't just moisturized and shiny, it was also strong. So there's some strengthening, reparative properties to this mask as well. But I do not believe that it contains protein. Yeah, it's protein free, so that's something that's really interesting for strengthening products for the hair to be protein free. So if you are protein sensitive and you're looking for curly girl products, this Avocado Cream Moisture Repairing Mask will definitely work for you. Again, I love the way it smells. I love the way it feels on my hair. It has nice slip. It worked into my hair fabulously, and it made for a really nourishing treatment for my hair. So I definitely give this one thumbs up, seal of approval. I will totally finish this jar out, and I would definitely use it again. Okay, so next let's move on to the Dulce Hydrating Curl Lotion. This is another product that kind of, I think, flies under the radar for Alikay Naturals, and it shouldn't, because it's amazing and I love it. And it's like halfway empty already, which means I've used it a lot. I've used all these products a lot, guys. Alikay Naturals has been super, like, clutch. Ooh, quit forgetting stuff in my nose. And this is a curl lotion that is supposed to be, it's lightweight, hydrating, softening, and helps define the curls with natural hold. I said in a blog post recently, if you read the blog, curl melts are coming all the way through, like all the way through. And this is no exception. It smells amazing, like a Jolly Rancher. It smells like a watermelon Jolly Rancher, guys. Like, it's super, super creamy. Like, do you see that? Do you see that? Just like butter. And it melts into the strands so easily. What I love about this lotion, it's a super hydrating curl lotion. I love it because it soaks right into the hair. Like, I've applied it on, well, you can see I applied it to dry hair to moisturize, and it feels great. You can apply it on soaking wet hair. I've used it as a leave-in and as a moisturizer. It works fabulously both ways, and as a hand lotion. If you have some extra left on your hand, it works as a great hand lotion. It doesn't leave behind any tacky or greasy or oily feel. And if your hair milk is not moisturizing your hair, if it's not giving you touchable soft realness, you need a new hair milk. And Dulce Hydrating Curl Lotion is totally that. This stuff, guys, it's amazing. It's really, really, really amazing. And I love it. Like, I need a 64-ounce, a gallon size, whatever salon back bar. That, I need that of this, like, next week, because I'm about to be out. We'll talk about Bentonite Me Baby. This is the Alikay Naturals Bentonite Me Baby. It's just a pure bentonite clay. I don't know how many of you guys keep up with the tea and the drama or whatever of natural hair, but Alikay Naturals recently came into some troubles with the FDA based on someone who pretty much is a, what else people call it? She's like a whistleblower, basically, who of all the products in Target that of all the products to pull for random testing, she decided, she took it upon herself to pull the Bentonite Me Baby from the shelf and have it sent to a lab to be tested for lead levels, because on the label it says that it works to aid colon and detox cleansing or whatever. So I don't know about you, but I don't drink bentonite clay. I would never drink bentonite clay or eat it for that matter. I just can't see myself putting it in my mouth. I put it on my hair and my face. That's about it. You know, it works beautifully for both, but I would never in my mind think, let me drink some bentonite. I would get one of them little stupid teas off Instagram before I put bentonite clay in my mouth, but that's just me. Anyway, so, you know, it came back that it tested high for lead, and I can't off the top of my head remember the ppm, like the percentages and everything of it, so I'll link the article below. But it came back that it tested high from lead. Guys, here's the thing about lead. Lead is naturally occurring. It's in the soil, it's in our vegetables, it's in, you know, like, it's in the, like, it's literally in the dirt, it's in the things that we eat. So, you know, lead, although I'm not a scientist by any sort of measure, lead is a part of our natural atmosphere. It's a part of our environment. Of course, elevated levels of lead always present health concerns, especially for those women who are carrying or will expect to be pregnant in the near, you know, whatever. The idea really that this whole whistleblower thing came about because of elevated levels of lead from something that comes from the earth anyway. Like, can we talk about that? Can we talk about the fact that bentonite clay, whether you get Bentonite Me Baby or whether you have Indian healing clay, it all comes from the dang on soil, so of course it's gonna have lead in it. You know, it's, to me, it was much ado about nothing, and I was just like, really? So that's what we're gonna waste our time on? Like, how about you go test something? Like, I don't know about you. Again, I'm not eating bentonite clay. It's not something that I'm interested in doing in the slightest. Now, Alikay Naturals does, again, hold some culpability for putting that on their label, and I think they're having it relabeled to have that removed so that they'll be fine. But guys, like, come on, you know, like, of all the things that woman could have tested in Target, like, she could have went down the vitamin aisle. Like, the thing about bentonite is that it's on the hair aisle. It's in the hair section at Sally's, at Target, wherever it is. It's in the hair section. It's not in the vitamin section. She decided to take it upon herself, and between you and me, I think it had a lot to do with the fact that there's a black woman sitting right here, but that's just my opinion. You know, I'm just like, of all the pseudo medical crap out there that you could have tested, you took it upon yourself to target this particular brand and to get an FDA warning issued against this particular brand. I think it's much ado about nothing. I think it was a waste of time. I think it was a waste of government resources and ultimately my taxpayer dollars. Hello. So I say all that to say you can read the full blog post link down below, but I really do think that it was much ado about nothing. And I think, guys, we have to make sure that we stand by our black owned businesses, particularly when we know that they're rooted in integrity and doing the right thing. I don't believe that Alikay Naturals, I don't think that Rochelle set out to hurt anybody. You know, I really don't. So, you know, these brands that are coming from a place of love and positivity and uplift and really, you know, putting black folks on a, like, finally we're getting what we deserve for us, you know what I'm saying? And so when somebody comes and tries to attack that, we have to make sure that we rally around and that we support. Not saying that you blindly support things. Do your research, discover the facts, form an opinion for yourself. But as for me, I choose to stand by Alikay Naturals in this because this is a bunch of, almost cussed. This is a bunch of foolishness, you know? It's a bunch of bull. It's a bunch of crap. So that's just my spiel. Again, you can come to your own conclusions. You can read all of the facts of the case down in the description box below, linked for you. Woo! Now that I got that off my chest, keep talking about some products. Sorry, guys. You know, when I feel some type of way, I feel some type of way, and I have to say how I feel, because if I don't say how I feel, then I'm not being true to who I am. I'm just saying. Anyway, so next product on the list is Aloe Berry Styling Gel. Now, Aloe Berry Styling Gel and Creme Brulee Curling Custard are the two curl definers offered in the Alikay Naturals line, and I'm sure you guys are wondering, you know, what's the difference between the two? Which one is going to give me this? Which one should I use for that? Blah, 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 blah. I get you. I was wondering the same stuff, honestly. You know, I was like, okay, it's cool that there are two gels, but what are the differences between the two and how are they going to perform on my hair? Now, I'll talk about them jointly. Let's talk about them jointly. The first thing that I'll say is that they both work well with the Dulce Hydrating Curl Lotion. Neither one of them leaves the little goopy stuff or makes the hair flake or does any sort of weird white, you know, cast looking stuff to the hair. So on that front, they're both amazing. But as far as Aloe Berry, and let me give you side-by-side consistency realness. This is what they both look like. They're both brightly colored. I don't know why they're colored, but I don't really care at this point, to be honest, guys. There's so many other things to worry about. I don't really care why they're colored. So as you can see, the Creme Brulee Curling Custard definitely has that creme brulee. You see why it's named that, because it has that like wiggle jello factor. This one's a little more solid. Still some wiggle, but solid. So let's put them, give it the finger test. As you can see, the Aloe Berry, definitely thicker, and it also has a little bit of creaminess to it. Like you can see, it's not just like a clear opaque gel. There's some creaminess to it. For Creme Brulee Curling Custard, however, it's just straight up jiggle. Thick, gooey, but jiggly. It reminds me, in look at least, it reminds me of like an undercooked, it's like an egg yolk that's like halfway cooked or something. Hear that sound? What I do love about the Creme Brulee is that one, it is bright yellow, but once you start rubbing it in, it starts disappearing. And it goes on very smoothly. Very smoothly. It goes on very smooth, and once you get it onto the strand of the hair, it's very moisturizing and it has some weight to it. It does form a gel cast like initially, and again, gel casts for me aren't a big deal because they it preserves the hair. And what I did notice with this over this is that this gave me more shrinkage. Shrinkage is not something that's like, oh, you know, it doesn't bother my soul. I embrace the shrinkage for 2016. That's what I've been doing. I've been just embracing the shrinkage, so I don't do a whole lot in the way of stretching and fluffing and, you know, banding, all that stuff. It's, to me, that's just more damage, and I'm in a space where I really just want my hair to be as healthy as it can be. And if that comes with shrinkage, that comes with shrinkage, because again, when your hair shrinks and has that kind of spring factor, that means it's healthy. So I'm okay with that. This totally gave me more shrinkage. I never look for a product to actually elongate my hair. Most things in jars don't, but I do have something interesting to share with you on that tip about aloe berry. So, about the aloe berry styling gel. Again, you start rubbing it in, it disappears. Once you rub it in, the consistency is very similar to the creme brulee. However, what I noticed about aloe berry is that as I applied it to my hair, my curls dried in a more elongated fashion. Like, it was just really weird to me. Like, I didn't expect it to freeze my hair at that particular moment in time, but it kind of did. So I'll insert a picture. I actually used aloe berry when I was going to a wedding of a relative, and I used aloe berry to style my hair and do like a half up, half down updo. So I'll insert those pictures so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. With the creme brulee, my hair definitely turned more, with the additional shrinkage, I got more curly realness. So creme brulee, I get more of the curly look. With aloe berry, my hair had more of the deep wave to it. So really, it's just a stylistic preference. This does show you that something that I've been saying for a while, different curl definers will produce different results for your hair, you know, depending upon the ingredients, depending upon how you use it and the method that you apply them. So if I'm going for maximum definition, I'm gonna have shrinkage, and I'm gonna use a product like Creme Brulee Curling Delight to achieve that. If I just want my curls to be tame, I don't really care about shrinkage or elongation, or I'm going to be pulling it back anyway, something like aloe berry styling gel is perfect. If you have curls that are difficult to define, or you find yourself having a frizz disaster after day one, I would definitely lean more towards aloe berry styling gel. But if your hair is used to being in wash and goes, it's something that you do all the time, you can use, I would definitely suggest Creme Brulee Curling. Now let's talk oils and jazz. So this is a really popular oil, Essential 17 hair growth oils, that tons of people rave and use about it. I know my sister's used this before and she says she really likes it. I really like it as well. And what I find to be cool about this is not just a blend of oils, but if you look at the bottom, there's like little particles floating around the bottle, and that's actually a blend of like horsetail powder and other botanicals that are really good for invigorating the hair and the scalp. I love this as a sealing oil, as a massage oil. Got a little itchy spot, boom, you know, it's a wonderful oil. Can I speak to the growth, what you call it, of the oil? No, not really. And especially since I just chopped off some more of my hair, no, I can't speak to the growth potential of the oil. I could definitely see how it would work because it has wonderful things in it like emu oil, peppermint, horsetail, tea tree, you know, things that really soothe and, you know, work against scalp inflammation so that your scalp can be, your follicles can be as healthy as they need to be in order to promote healthy hair growth. So, and you know, again, in theory, I can see how it works. Do I have it in practice? Like, absolute favorite, and I think it's really an underrated product that nobody talks about, but everybody's talking about, is Botanicals Hair and Scalp Balm. And I'm going to share this with you why. I don't know if you remember back in the day, like back before you and your mama and your grandma or anybody knew anything about what should and shouldn't go on your scalp. This hair scalp grease, and I believe it was by like African Pride, and it had little, like, you open the jar and it was kind of like yellowish opaque, but there were little like twigs and brambles and, you know, little pieces of herb and stuff in it. And I loved that grease as a child. Like, I loved it. Like, I was literally on cloud 9 when my mom or my grandma would like sit me down on the little footstool and part my hair and grease my scalp. It was like, yeah, it was heaven for me. Like, it was just great. It was such a wonderful, soothing experience. It also has these like really special memories attached to it too, right? You know, obviously with my mom and my grandma, me growing up, black women, hair, you know, it's a very special, it was a bonding time, you know, for me and my grandma, for me and my mom, whoever was greasing my scalp at the time. And so it was, you know, just all those little fuzzy memories. And so when I saw this, when I saw Botanicals, I was like, no way. that can't be it, because of course there's no way in hell I'm gonna put African Pride on my scalp at this point in my natural hair journey. I know better. So, and my mom knows better, and my grandmother, God rest her soul, if she was here, she would know better too. So I jumped at the chance to use botanicals. I was like, oh my gosh, botanicals, yes, please let this be it. The second, guys, this was the first product I opened when my Alikay Naturals products arrived. This was the first one I opened because it was just so, I was like, no way, like a hair grease for naturals for 2016. I was so excited, and it just, I smell it all the time. I sniff it, I grease my scalp with it. I just love it. Like, it's just amazing. So why I love it is that it's made with like rosemary oil, shea butter, coconut oil, vitamin E, nettle, avocado, grapeseed, peppermint oil, babassu oil, peppermint leaf, and a whole bunch of botanical blends. And so if you can see that, then you see all of the herbs and the leaves and stuff in there. For whatever reason, I love it. I just really gravitate towards this product, and I've used quite a bit of it. Like, you can see that there's still, obviously the container's locked to one side because I put it in my car. I traveled with it, guys. Like, I take this stuff with me, like, on the road, and it melted a little bit, so it kind of shifted in the container. But I love it so much. It's my favorite. Like, I try to run around and put this on everybody's scalp. Like, I ran up to Sam and was like, can I please use this on you? I promise you'll love it. And he's like, no. So I was like, fine, more for me then. But I really love this product, and if you just love that feeling, and it delivers a slight cool tingle to it as well, which I love. But if you just like the feeling of having your scalp grease, like if that's just something that just makes you feel good, I would totally recommend it, because it's like a personal treat for my hair. You know, I love it. I'm using this thing to the end. I'm ordering me some more. I don't ever want to run out. Like, I love botanicals so much. And it also, because it works for the scalp, it also works for the hair. So again, like for this wash and go, I used it to seal, and it has great shine, and without being greasy, you know, with having those great ingredients that just soak into the hair and protect the hair and provide this shield for the hair. Botanicals, I don't know if you guys, can you tell? Can you tell? Can you tell? Can you tell? Because I can tell. I love botanicals. Like, so guys, that's my spiel. That's the product chatter on the Alikay Naturals products that I tried. If you've tried any of the products in the video, chat with me in the comment section below. And don't forget to check out the blog post attached to this so you can get all the nitty-gritty details about prices, where to find it, and ingredients, and all that kind of other good stuff. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're interested in these, leave a comment down below. Like, let's just chat, you guys. I'm a product junkie. I like talking about products, so let's talk about products. Thank you so much for checking out this video, and I will see you in the next one.